All right, so the second worksheet is essentially the same as the first, but instead of starting on A and going up to A every day, we will start on each pitch in turn. So on day 1, you'll start on B and go up to B, and on day 2, you'll start on C and go up to C, and on day 3, you'll start on D and go up to D, etc., etc. And that means that the pattern of white keys and black keys is going to shift every day, and that the pattern of whole steps and half steps is going to shift every day. So as you're filling these out, be very careful to put the black keys and the white keys where they belong when you're filling in the boxes, and be very careful about where you put the whole steps and half steps. So just take care, and I'm sure you'll have no trouble with it. So we're going to start here. I'll do day 1 as an example, which goes from B up to B, and at the top of each one, there's this pattern of 2 and 3 black keys, and it shows where each pitch is. So the B is just to the right of the rightmost black key in each group of 3 black keys. So when you have a group of 3 black keys, you find the 1 on the right, and the B is just to the right of that key. And that pattern, of course, continues up and down the keyboard. So the first thing we're going to do is write in on this chunk of the keyboard from B up to B the names of the pitches, and they go in alphabetical order from B up to G, and then starting on A again. So we have B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we start again on A, and it goes A, B. And then the next thing we're going to do is fill in the pattern of white and black keys in these boxes. So there's a white key, there's a white key, here is a black key, so we'll fill that one in. Then another white key, black key, a white key, another white key, a black key, then a white key, then a black key, then a white key, a black key, and we end on the white key B, and then fill in the letter names in the white spaces left here. So we have again B, C, D, E, F, G, and then we start over on A, and then end on B again. So the last thing we're going to do is put in the intervals between each white key. So the B and the C, there's a half step between those. The C and the D, there's a whole step between those. The D and the E, a whole step between those. E and the F, a half step between those. F and G, a whole step between those. G and A, a whole step between those. And A and B, a whole step between those. So now you're done with this worksheet, and then your next step is to go to the keyboard and do the playing and singing exercises that go along with it. All right, so this is essentially the same as the first worksheet, the singing and playing exercises we're going to do, except, as I said, they're going to start on a different pitch each day. So for the first day, we're going to start on B, and B, if you know that that's A, you know that that is B, of course. And you can see that for every group of 3 black keys in this pattern of groups of 2 and 3 black keys that goes up and down the keyboard, if you take the one on the right and go to the white key just to the right of that, that's a B. So looking at the whole keyboard, the first thing we're going to do is play all the B's on this keyboard. And we'll start with this group of 3 black keys and play this B. Once again, this is also a B down here, but you can't see all 3 black keys because it stopped. So I'm going to start on this one for you. And your keyboard may or may not be the same size as a full-size piano. So just play all the B's you can find. So here's a group of 3 black keys, and white key just to the right of them, of the rightmost one, is a B. 3 black keys, the rightmost one, B. 3 black keys, the rightmost one, B. Like that. And of course, as you play each one, you're going to say it. So you'd go B, 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 B. All right. So that was step 1. Step 2, play and sing the scale, formed by going from B up to B, using the names of the pitches. So you'd play that B. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back down. B, A, G, F, E, B, C, B, and then play from the low B up to the high B and sing that. B, B, and then back down. B, B. So the same basic exercise, just going from B up to B. You'll notice that each scale will sound different because the pattern of half steps and whole steps has shifted as we move from pitch to pitch. So don't let that throw you. If you want, you might want to play the scale one time before you sing it. Just and then sing it. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, etc., etc. And you can do that for, you know, each pitch, because you're going to do a different one each day. And on the worksheet, I have used that pattern of 2 and 3 black keys to show you where each pitch fits into that pattern. And you can also figure it out, just because now if you can find A, then you know where B is, and C, and D, and E, and you can just, you know, if you want to figure out where E is, you can go A, B, C, D, E, and you can see that E is just to the right of the rightmost black key of every group of 2 black keys, for example. But that's also, that little pattern is shown on for each pitch on the worksheet as well. So that should orient you. So once again, you just do the same exercise for each pitch. First, play all of the pitch, all examples of that pitch on the keyboard while saying the name of the pitch. Then sing the scale from the low pitch up to the high pitch and back down, and then do the octave jump from the low pitch to the high pitch and back down. That's all there is to it.